You might think that flying on a hot summer's day feels safer than in the cold, windy conditions, but what if I told you that airplanes, no matter their size, actually thrive in these cooler temperatures as opposed to warm, dry weather? Not to go too far into it, but this is due to air density. Planes thrive in cooler, denser air because it gives both the engines and the wings more to work with. You've just learnt about 0.001% of aerodynamics. Congrats! But don't worry, you'll see why I explained this in the video. August 3rd, 2016. Emirates Flight 521 departs from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, India. On board the Boeing 777 are 282 passengers and 18 crew, a routine short-haul flight for one of the world's largest, safest, and most popular airlines. The 4-hour journey is incredibly smooth until the aircraft approaches Dubai just after midday. Temperatures on the ground are extreme, more than 48 degrees Celsius. These conditions can reduce engine performance and make landings more demanding. As Flight 521 lines up with runway 12 left, the approach looks a little hairy. They came in a bit high and floated far longer than they'd liked. Once the 777 touched down, its wheels briefly met the hot tarmac before the pilots attempted what's known as a go-around. Following a normal go-around procedure, the pilots retracted the gear and flaps, but in this situation, it proved to be too early. The pilot flying gives full power to the engines, but they don't spool up in time. The aircraft, heavy and sluggish in the searing heat, lifts off only slightly before sinking back towards the runway. The Boeing 777 slams onto the runway belly first. Inside the cabin, smoke and panic begin to pour in. The crew act fast. Doors are opened, slides deployed, and passengers rush to evacuate. Some, however, grabbed their luggage even as the flames were spreading outside, which would hold up the evacuation process. But within minutes, all 300 people are off the aircraft. Just as the last passenger escapes, the right wing fuel tank explodes, sending a massive fireball into the sky. The only fatality is a firefighter who lost his life battling the blaze. Investigators later determined that the go-around was mishandled. The thrust wasn't applied quickly enough, and with the landing gear already retracted, coupled with the hot, thin air outside reducing the plane's performance, there was no chance of a safe touchdown. The captain, with over 7,000 hours of flight time, was found to have made several critical errors during the go-around attempt, and while he wasn't criminally charged, the report placed most responsibility on him. Therefore, he was grounded and did not return to flying duties. The first officer, also with around 7,000 hours too, was faulted for not effectively challenging or assisting the captain during the go-around. His flying career with Emirates effectively ended after this investigation.